Today marks the one-year anniversary of the October 7th terror attacks in Israel. Hamas breaching Israel's southern border, killing more than 1,200 Israelis and taking over 250 hostages.
A new book chronicles that day and the lives of those affected. It's called 10/7: 100 Human Stories. And we welcome author and journalist Lee Yaron and a survivor of the October 7th attacks, Raz Perry. Thank you both for being with us. And Lee, let's start with you. Tell us about this book and how it came about.
In this book, I'm telling the stories of these 100 people, mothers, fathers, children, everyday people who lived and died on the Gaza border. It's 100 stories, but they're not individual stories. They're all connected to one another. In every interview I did with a family, I asked them to tell me about their relationship their loved one had with other victims, because it's such, small, close-knit communities. Then you start to understand it's not a tragedy of one family mourning their loved one, but it's full communities that were destroyed. People are mourning their friends, their neighbors, their teachers. And one last thing we need to know about these communities, they're all close-knit communities, but they're so different from one another. And one of them is, of course, of the Nova party. This beautiful rave, thousands of people going there to celebrate love, to dance, and then unfortunately 350 of them find their death in these horrible circumstances. And we're joined today with one of them, one of the people I tell their story, Raz Perry.
Raz, what a story you have. You were actually undergoing cancer treatment at the time, and this was sort of a break for you to get to the Nova Music Festival. And en route, you were 10 minutes away, you heard rocket fire there, and then you took shelter and somehow ended off fighting off terrorists and being shot twice. Tell us your story.
Yes, I was on my way to the Nova Festival. I went to dance and, forget about my cancer. I didn't even get to see the party. I found myself in a shelter with 4 other people, hiding from the rockets. When we heard the voices outside, it was the terrorists shouting, "Allahu Akbar, Nidbach et Yahud," and many times. And I realized the situation was far worse than we thought. When the terrorists entered the shelter, I jumped on him, fought for the weapon. I was shot in my stomach, but I didn't let it stop me. I wanted to protect myself and the people with me. I was the only one who survived. Why me? I ask this every day. Every day I ask this. I ask this question. The last year was the most difficult on my life. I was shot twice by Hamas terrorists. I almost died. I lost friends and many friends in this party. But I know if I survive the Hamas, I can win the cancer too. For me, it's very simple.
Yeah, keep fighting, don't stop, don't give up.
That story.
No, I don't give up.
Lee, you talk to so many people like Raz, hundreds of them. How did that affect you personally, hearing all these stories?
Before and a lot more after, some days it was unbearable to speak with all of these families, to carry all of this weight of grief every day. But I need to say I feel also lucky because writing this book gave me strength. It gave me a mission, and I think in many ways it saved me from despair, because I could be the voice of the people who were silenced. I could tell their stories. We have Raz and some of these amazing survivors that are here to testify, but so many of them are not here. And it's a great privilege to be able to tell their stories, from their perspectives, not to treat them as another number, a statistic, not to go to the political agendas, but just to hear it from the real people, from their families.
Raz, what is your message to the world as we continue to watch this ongoing conflict with no end in sight?
My message is very simple. We are all stronger than we think. Being optimistic and believing in yourself can change everything. Save your life. We need more optimism in these days.
Raz Perry, Lee, Yaron,
Thank you.
both for being here with us today. 10-7, 100 Human Stories is available now wherever books are sold.